I got a comment on a video yesterday saying that I am here for Benlysta, not for politics. And I would post that comment up here, but after I responded to that commenter, letting them know that they are welcome to see themselves out, they blocked me. And just a general reminder that this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure, but it is Benlysta Day 18, and I'm going to take this as a learning opportunity to explain why I don't want to be involved in politics at all. But if you are someone who has lupus and you need this medication, you might want to give a shit about what's happening in politics right now. So I have lupus. Lupus is a disability under the ADA. I generally don't consider myself disabled, but there are a lot of times where lupus does disable me. And this is an illness that can get worse or it can get better over time. Autoimmune diseases are tricky like that. Benlysta is a medication FDA approved for lupus SLE and lupus nephritis, and it has, in the 4 months that I've been on it, given me so much of my life back, and it has not reached full efficacy yet. So this medication is allowing me to be a better mother, a better educator. My full-time job is in education, and right now it is also helping me just have energy to fuel all of the other activities that I do in my life. It has been a game changer. The way that I can afford this medication is because I have private insurance under an employer, and because of the Affordable Care Act, also referred to as Obamacare, they can't drop me from that policy because I have a pre-existing condition. The ACA is one of the things that this administration is attacking right now. So there is real risk to me and others with disabilities and other pre-existing conditions where if those rules go away, we are back to insurance companies being able to drop us like wildfire. Now, I also can afford this medication because of the Benlysta copay program. So my insurance, this is just to be clear, my insurance bills this as $10,000. I'm saying my insurance because I have heard that different insurers bill it at a different rate. But according to Blue Cross Blue Shield, a month's supply of this costs $10,000. $9,000, or I should say more like $8,500, is covered by Blue Cross Blue Shield. I cannot afford $1,500 a month for copay costs. Thankfully, the manufacturer of Benlysta, GSK, has a copay program where if you have private insurance, they will cover that gap for you. They also have an assistance program, so if you are on Medicaid and require this medication, and you're below a certain threshold economically, and honestly, their threshold is like very wide. I believe it's something like 400 times the poverty rate in America. They will cover you potentially the full cost of the medication every month. If everyone loses their insurance, these pharmaceutical companies will not be able to afford programs like that anymore. And programs like that don't just exist for Benlysta. They're very common with drugs for cancer, drugs for diabetes. This crosses the gamut. This is not just a lupus thing. This is a disability and chronic illness thing. The administration currently has a mandate to cut $800 billion from Medicaid. That is something on the chopping block right now. And it can't all come from Medicaid, right? Unless they're going to kill the entire program, which means millions of people losing insurance, especially high needs people losing insurance. More people who will be losing access to health-saving medications, life-saving medications. People's lives shouldn't be politics. But that's how it's wound up, right? So this is why I fight. This is why I'm here and I'm fighting. And I need to actually do my shot at some point in this video too, huh? You'll notice also the shirt that I'm wearing. I am queer. They're coming after all the LGBTQIA pluses. I understand that the biggest push is against transgender and non-binary people, but They erased that Q too, didn't they? And I'm not even genderqueer, but you know, here we go. Here we are. Here we are. And I'm also an educator. And they have completely gutted the Department of Education, which is going to affect the low income, high needs kids that I work with and that exist all over this country. I happen to live in an area where we actually take very, very little from the government for our education. So our well-funded public schools are probably going to be okay. But there are a lot of kids in red states and impoverished areas that are seriously going to be hurting because of the decisions of this administration. Speaking of hurting, here we go. To be fair, though, I rarely ever feel the needle from the shot, but the medication does burn afterwards. It burns differently with every shot, so you never really know, is it going to be a good day, is it going to be a hard day? Today, so far, has been pretty swell, pretty easy. So yeah, if you don't want to see politics, you probably don't want to be on my page. I'm probably never going to be talking about like actual politicians, besides the ones up in the top of the administration, because I don't really give two craps about most politicians, but I'm absolutely going to continue standing up for marginalized people. You don't have to watch my videos, but for those of you who are here and appreciate both types of content, thank you for sticking with me.